Hello again everyone and welcome back to Skyrim. We are back here at the Sacellum of Boethia. Now, the keen observers of you will have noticed that we are not where we left off, and I will tell you exactly why this is. I did record a few episodes of this yesterday, only to realise that I hadn't set my settings properly. As per usual, my lack of testing has come to bite me. So basically, the camera was zoomed in. Well, the recording was only capturing about the top left side of the screen, so about the like a square. Say like about where that fire is now on the left-hand side of the screen. You could probably see that, and up to the top where the west little map marker is, and everything around there. Everything to the bottom and the right of that, nothing. No. You couldn't say anything. It was randomly zoomed in because I had my settings wrong. So I apologise for that. I'm gonna try and give everyone a quick recap of exactly what we've done. We have gotten a few new items. So our weapons are the same. Obviously, we've still got the ancient Nord sword, still got the bow shadows as per. We did get a hunter backpack, which ups our bow damage by 10%. We did get. We got the Scaled Horn Armor, which we have enchanted to make our destruction spells cost slightly less, and magic regenerates that a little bit more quickly. Let me think. So that was it for that. We did also go to... thank you very much for that. So we did also go to Windhelm. So we finished off here in Morvenskar. We went to Windhelm Stables, all of these places. So we have cleared a few places off camera, so I apologise for that. So we finished off in Morvenskar, went to the Windhelm Stables. We did check these farms here. These are just farms similar to the ones in Whiterun. Went into Windhelm, we went to the Palace of the Kings. We spoke to Ulfric Stormcloak, who encouraged us to join the Stormcloak Rebellion as he recognised us from Helgen, so he was impressed by our sort of ability to survive that. Obviously we didn't, because I want to join the Imperial Legion as opposed to the Stormcloaks, because it turns out Windhelm is a very kind of racially segregated city. The Dark Elves in Windhelm are basically forced to live in the slum. Argonians are also treated very harshly. Basically, if you're not a Nord in Windhelm, you're gonna get sort of scrutinized, essentially. So we beat up a guy who was harassing a Dark Elf in there. We checked out a few places. We did get a couple more quests, which I will try and detail very quickly. So the one that we did advance the missing merchant quest, which was in Traitor's Post, which is the northeast, which we cleared. So we killed some bandits inside Traitor's Post. Basically, what happened in there is that the merchant was sent Erwin, and Erwin basically killed him, sat him in a chair, and basically made him her best friend, which is terrifying. She was clearly deranged, so we killed all the bandits there. It was quite a tough fight, actually. There was one bandit marauder who was kicking our ass. So we took the ring from the merchant's corpse, so we are now able to either trade the ring for a Daedric armor set, or purchase the armor set with gold. Now the ring, I'll tell you about the ring in a second. We also got a quest to retrieve the white phial from a person who is the alchemist of Windhelm. Apparently the white phial is a phial which, if you place liquid inside the phial, it rejuvenates, it replenishes the liquid. So that's obviously very useful for an alchemist like him. And we also got this up here. So we came up here to the Sacellum of Boethia after we checked out this area sort of here, and we found a note on a necromancer down there. I think she was a necromancer. She was a mage of some description. So we went down there, and we found a note. I will actually read it to you now because I should still have the note. It was Erwin's journal, was it? No, that's the was it Aranya? Aranya might have been the one, if I can actually highlight it correctly, which apparently I can't. Yeah, there we go. So basically, she found knowledge of a golden katana that apparently embodies the power of the Daedric Prince Boethia, It's passed through many hands many times, was also in the possession of an emperor at one point. So she found information in regards to where the katana was, so that led her up to Skyrim. And obviously she unfortunately did perish up here as well, which is a great shame, I must say. But we are now able to continue her journey to try and retrieve this katana, and hopefully there might be quite a useful melee weapon for us, because if it is, happy days. So this was her body there, Aranya. She died in some... It kind of looks like a summoning circle of some kind, but it's not really a summoning circle. It looks more like a fight pit. But she died there anyway. There's also skooma up here, so God knows what was actually happening. So we can't see... I don't think we can get any further up this mountain from what I can see. It's all quite steep cliffs from here. I think we'd have to go around to get to whatever that map marker is over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Windhelm again, so we can have a wander around there, so you guys can have a little bit of a look at what it's like. I'm sure most of you guys have seen Skyrim before anyway, to be fair, so you're probably not missing a whole deal. So Candlehearth Hall, which is the inn in Windhelm.
Got some fresh baked bread and good cheese if you're after a bite to eat.
So I'll...
Enjoy your
What time is it? 7:27 p.m.
And don't mind you don't get fresh with Susan. She plays the flirt. Those dark elf refugees will take over this city if we aren't.
It's very weird how people talking to you will just like morph outside the buildings.
It's good to spend some time on solid land.
So she was one of the people who was getting harassed, I believe, by the Dark Elves. One of the quests we actually got, I completely forgot about this. Innocence Lost. So Aventus Aretino, who we actually got a quest to find out a long time ago, he is only a child. He is a child who lives in his family house here in Windhelm, and basically he's been trying to summon the Dark Brotherhood. So when I walked into the house, I lockpicked my way in there. He thought I was a Dark Brotherhood assassin. When his parents died, he got relocated to an orphanage in Riften. And Grelod the Kind, most ironic name ever apparently, was a very sadistic sort of headmistress there at the orphanage, and apparently treated a lot of the kids extremely badly. So Aventus wants us to kill Grelod the Kind because that's his contract. And apparently if I do successfully do that, he has a family heirloom to give me, which is interesting. But yeah, so that's what we've done so far. I'm going to try and find some shops if we possibly can. There was a mercenary to hire in there as well, actually, but obviously we don't need to because we have Lydia. Can we... doesn't look like the merchants are in business at this time. There is a sketchy merchant over here who's a dark elf, and he sells like weapons and armor and stuff, even though he works at a meat stall, which is quite funny. So so I'm gonna wait until daytime and then come back to see if I can sell my stuff. Oh, and also one more thing we did as well, magic. We spoke to the court mage of Yalolfric, and we did deliver him something as well, and we also delivered the message as well to the alchemist's assistant about in regards to the guys at the mine down south. They need potions and whatnot, otherwise because they're all getting sick. So we delivered that message. We took a delivery from one of the merchants in the market to the court mage, got 500 gold for that, so that was nicely done. So we did get a few more spells. So we got elemental burst, which is basically a boosted thing of elemental bolt. We got fast healing. We got fireball. We got frost breath's a shout. That's fine. We've got hangman's noose, which is a better version of strangulation. I think we got something else. Maybe we didn't. Yeah, we got a few different spells anyway from the guy, so we kind of bolstered our magic ability a bit. Although a lot of them spells are quite chonky in terms of magic usage, so we won't be able to spam them, unfortunately. It's tough being like a battle mage sort of character because you have to sort of... Oh, we also need to bring him a Amulet of Arche once we find one, because him and his wife lost their daughter. So apparently then they would like an Amulet of Arche to kind of as a memorial, I think, to something to help calm them. Apparently he's taking it better than his wife is, but
been
Yeah.
looking for you everywhere.
What the hell?
And now you found me. Can I help you?
Have you thought about my...
My favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some.
I'm not sure it's such
What's going on up there?
Oh, I see. Is it still too soon?
Drink to our youth.
For the age of oppression is just about gone. That's the wrong one. It should be the age of aggression. So I'm gonna get
Got some
a
fresh
room.
baked bread. Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Cool.
Enjoy your stay.
With our blood and
So I think it's this room here. Yes. Okay, so we'll sleep until about this time tomorrow. So we'll do about 12 a.m. One other thing we found out was that there's apparently a murderer in Windhelm. Apparently, a lot of young women have been rocking up dead. No one knows who it is or who's behind it, anything. But yeah, a lot of young women are dying, which is worrying, to be quite frank. I haven't been able to find a quest to actually do anything about it though, which is interesting.
All might be just the thing to lift my spirits.
And another thing that happened, as I said, there's so much. There's a lot of stuff that happened. Oh, every time I say something else pops into my head. So we killed the dragon the last episode as well. We killed it around. It was around Refugees Rest actually. That was like a little fort which just caved out. It wasn't even an internal place. That place was a shipwreck as well, which I managed to take out. So yeah, we killed a dragon. We absorbed its soul. It was a very easy fight. It was the easiest fight we've had so far. In terms of the dragon fights. And we also adopted another child. Basically, I found the child who was sleeping on the floor in Windhelm, just on the snowy ground, and I was like, that's horrible. So I told her to go to Whiterun. How she's getting there, I don't know, but she said she was going.
Horses.
I hope someday we'll get to know each other better.
Oh, these are the stable guys.
They'd have caught the butcher by now.
The butcher? The guards have listened to Viola. Should we go and speak to Viola? Apparently, if Viola knows something, if the butcher is meant to be this murderer, was this Viola? Where is Viola? Was she not up here? I thought she was up here. Well, she must have been up here very recently. Oh, but that's because we that was before we slept, wasn't it? So if we find Viola, we need to have a word with her, because apparently she knows something about the butcher. Maybe. I'm not sure. Is there a house in the area? Does she have a house? She doesn't really know. Okay.
I was one of the best soldiers. I'd be out there fight. Oh, thank you. Divine's blessing.
Have a gold. Have 1 gold.
If you're looking to get a drink,
Irania, yep. Still don't know where this Viola is. If we find Viola, we need to speak to... Oh my god.
Yeah. Keep your distance.
Okay, this didn't happen before. What happened here?
Another girl killed. This is Susanna from Candlehearth.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Served me a drink just a few nights ago, but I can't say I knew her.
This has happened before?
Susanna's the third. It's always the same. Young girl, killed at night, body torn up.
Are the murders being investigated?
We're stretched thin as it is with the war. Nobody has the time to spend on this. Not pleasant, but it's the truth.
Could use some help.
If you want to help, ask some of these gawkers if they saw anything useful.
This must be this
I'm going
butcher
to examine
then.
the body before the rats can get to it.
Jesus Christ, blood on the ice. Well, this is an interesting one. So we need to question the witness. Okay, we can do that. The witness is... Right, Calixto.
Always sad when someone has to die.
Do you see what happened here?
Sorry, I thought I saw a fellow running away, but didn't get a good look at him.
Okay. Silda,
Another one.
do
Terrible.
you see what happened here?
I heard a scream and came running, but she was already like this when I got here.
Oh, look at her body. It's been mangled. Ugh.
They say
Helga,
This is a shame.
you're my last hope here.
No, sorry. But I did notice that her coin purse was still intact, so whoever did this wasn't after gold. I'm going to keep preparing the body, if you'll excuse me.
So whoever's did it was not
think we
out
need
to
their
get
loss.
gold. Okay.
Now I remember. You're that new member of the Companions.
Rude.
Just like always. Nobody saw anything useful. Bastards escaped again.
There might be more to this if you let me help.
Look, friend, if you think you can do better than the Legion of Guards, be my guest. You'll need to talk to Yorleif, though. We can't just let anyone go around claiming to be on official business. If he's willing, then we'll talk.
Talk to Yorleif. Okay, I think Yorleif is Ulfric's steward. Okay, cool. I will nip to the market first to sell things, if possible.
Now here's a man I'm glad to see.
Engel.
The finest.
You got gold? You got gold. Cool. To be fair, I don't actually have a great deal to sell. Steel plate armor, definitely get rid of that, and those as well. Miscellaneous stuff, probably not much of that.
Still here.
Do you have things I can take and sell? That's kind of your weapon, I think. Actually, no, it's not. No, you use the greatsword, don't you? So I'll take that. You've got a shit ton of books, which I've just given to you. And staffs as well. Well, you can have my mace.
Helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
If I can find it. Steel mace of cold. There we go, yep. Cool.
If you meet anyone in your travels.
And there's a guy over here who buys stuff as well.
You need anything?
Some may call
I
this
think
junk.
it's more
Me,
general stuff
I
he
call them
buys. I
treasures.
think. Yeah, he does. So we'll sell all these things. Scrolls, mass paralysis, yeah, we don't really need that. Ingredients and books. Did we not learn Chain Lightning? Apparently we didn't learn Chain Lightning. That's disgraceful. Oh, look at all these amethysts, which we just haven't sold. That'll do. Cool.
You sure to stop by Sadi's?
Why do we not learn Chain Lightning? What an idiot. There we go. Okay. So, we'll go and speak to the steward now. While we have the chat. Oh, I tell you why we're probably a bit weighed down, because we have dragon stuff in our... Yeah, we have dragon bones and dragon scales. That will definitely contribute to our encumbrance. Still got quite a bit of space though, so if we can find a way to offload the dragon bones and whatnot, then that'll be good. I feel like I need a wife, because I've got two... I've adopted two kids who are just sitting in a house in Whiterun, and probably don't really have anyone looking after them because I'm way too busy. So, yeah, I probably should marry someone.
He's a true Nord. He'll come around.
Don't be so sure.
And the implication of Ulfric and Galmar here is that Ulfric is planning to take Whiterun at some point, either by force or by sort of convincing. He believes Balgruuf will come over to the Stormcloak side, but on the one there war table, it's marked down as an Imperial city, so I don't know.
The Stormcloaks are finding victory.
Right, I've heard about these murders.
These are difficult times indeed, when men stalk their brethren like beasts. My men are stretched thin as it is. If you offer your aid, I gladly accept. The guards will be told to assist you as necessary.
Please.
I'm happy to lend a hand as much as I can as well.
Get assistance from Yorleif and examine the crime scene. Okay.
I'm not much of a strategist, but Lord Ulfric listens to my counsel all the same. Travel safely.
So I can't actually talk to him anymore by anything, which isn't really helpful.
If you have any news for Ulfric, he seems to have... I don't really have a mind for war. Grew up, lot of history in these wars.
Yeah, there's just nothing at the moment from him.
Many, I fear, still need convincing.
Can I actually speak to Ulfric?
Let them die with their false kings.
Speak with
Here we
Galmar.
go. Okay,
He'll
so I can
size you
actually
up
get
and
a...
see where we can best use your talents.
They said you shouted the king to death.
Not entirely true, though not entirely false either. Any Nord can learn the way of the voice by studying with the Greybeards, given enough ambition and dedication. My shouting Torg to the ground proved he had neither. However, it was my sword piercing his heart that killed him.
How goes the war?
We should take Yarmarch. It'll be an important pressure point on the Imperials. We'd be within spitting distance of the capital.
Why are you fighting this war?
We're fighting because we're done bleeding for an empire that won't bleed for us. Untold numbers of Nords died defending the empire against the Dominion. And for what? Skyrim being sold to the Thalmor so the Emperor could keep his throne. We're fighting because our own Jarls, once strong, wise men, have become fearful and blind to the people's suffering. We're fighting because Skyrim needs heroes, and there's no one else but us. The Empire thinks it holds Valkyrie from us, but the souls of Skyrim's bravest are buried there and will fill our hearts and strengthen our blades.
Not quite sure that's how it works, but...
Soon enough, we will march on Solitude. And on that day, the heroes of Sovngarde will march with us, and the Empire will fall to its knees in fear.
Anything else?
Dalius has camps in the Pale, entertaining thoughts of battle. The Empire still underestimates the force of our cause. It will be their undoing. Not in
Nope.
However, it was my sword.
Already heard that.
The Imperials have already dug into Whiterun. We're wrested from them soon enough. We must. Its central position is key.
I thought it was neutral, though. Like, there's been nothing said that that Balgruuf has gone to the Imperial side. Like, I think he was leaning towards it, but I don't know.
Damn Tullius. He's pocketed men in the Rift. It's dangerous having Imperials skulking about on the southern border of Eastmarch.
Okay, why did you kill the High King?
I killed Torg to prove our wretched condition. How is the High King supposed to be the defender of Skyrim if he can't even defend himself? Indeed, Elisif has become Jarl of Solitude. Historically and conveniently home of the High King, backed by Imperial interests. But the Moot has not yet met to name her High Queen. And they won't. Not as long as I have any say in it.
Oh. Do you desire to be the High King?
There hasn't been a true High King in Skyrim for generations. For too long, he's been hand-picked by the Emperor, and given emphatic nods by milk-drinking Jarls addicted to Imperial coin.
Milk drinker is such a hell of it's a hell of an insult.
High King, one of our own making.
How did you become the Jarl of Eastmarch?
My father, the Great Bear of Eastmarch, died during my imprisonment after the Markarth incident. I, his only son, forced to deliver his eulogy via letter I had smuggled out of prison. Such is the love of Titus meat for his subjects. When finally set free, I returned to Windhelm and was greeted by a city in mourning. At one with my own grief and anger, clamoring in angry voices, calling out for justice, for war. They sat me on the throne. The throne of Ysgramor. The throne of my father. I only hope I can prove worthy of that honor.
He's got a good story behind him, does Ulfric.
A long time. We know the
okay, so I'm going to leave it there, so I can't, I don't want to speak to Galmar, because I just don't want to join the Stormcloaks. I believe in the Imperials more. So we're going to leave that episode there, guys, so thank you very much for watching. I do apologise once again about the fact that we have skipped over some stuff, but I hope I've managed to recap it all enough. If you have any other questions about what's happened, please do let me know. So thank you very much for watching again. I hope you have enjoyed. Please do like, comment, subscribe and share, and I shall catch you in the next episode of Skyrim. Thanks again, guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.